Hi guys, this is John from Meatgistics University, and this is Meat Processing Equipment 101, Meat Grinders. Meat grinders are a near essential tool to have when processing your own meat snacks at home. Without a grinder, anytime you wanted to make snack sticks, summer sausage, or even bratwursts, you'd have to buy already ground meat at the store. Having a grinder allows you to take large cuts of any meat and make a ground product out of it. Electric grinders have a hopper at the top where you load the meat you're preparing to grind. There's a hole in that hopper that leads down through the throat into the head assembly. Down in the head assembly, there's an auger that's powered by the electric motor that pushes the meat towards the plate and knife, and that's what's actually going to cut and grind your meat. Now, knives are mostly uniform. If you have a 22 grinder, almost any 22 knife will work with that. Plates will lock into a grinder a few different ways. There are enterprise plates that have 3 notches around the side that line up with bumps in the grinder. Most retail grinders have the same basic system, but they just have a single notch on them. Now, you can use a 3-notch plate with a single notch grinder, but not the other way around. There are also Cleveland style plates that will lock in with one or both sides of the plate flattened out, and that's just how it locks in. Now there are also these types of plates that have 2 tabs on the outside. These correspond to 2 notches inside your grinder, and it just locks in that way. These are only for use on specific types of grinders though. Both plates and knives are available in both disposable and sharpenable versions. Disposables should be used until they're dull, and then you throw them out. Sharpenable plates and knives can be sent back into Walton's, and we'll sharpen them for a small fee. These types of plates and knives are more expensive initially, but it's much cheaper to have us sharpen them than it is to buy new ones. Plus, they're made to a little higher quality and they're going to give you a better finished product. You can see the difference between a disposable and a sharpenable knife just by looking at it. The disposable will look a little bit like a pinwheel, and it just has a flat edge to it. The sharpenable knife will have a quality piece of steel inset into the arm, and that's what's going to go right up against your grinding plate. The grinding knife goes behind the plate with the sharpenable side facing towards the plate. This cuts the meat and forces it through the holes in the grinding plate. A good thing to do is marry one plate with one knife and always use them at the same time. This will allow them to wear at the same rate, and it's actually going to extend the life of your plate and your knife. Now, the larger the grinding holes, the faster it's going to grind, and the more coarse of a product you'll have at the end. Sometimes you want to grind things twice, once through this, which is sometimes called a breaker plate, and then through a finer plate. And then sometimes you just want to go twice through a plate like this, like for a bratwurst. Grinders come in different sizes with different grinding capabilities. The number associated with the grinder corresponds to the size of the head assembly, as well as the plate and knife your grinder can use. Standard sizes are 5, 8, 10, and 12, which are the same size, and 22 and 32. Now, a number 5 grinder is going to use a plate that's 2 1/8 inch in diameter and generally has the ability to grind about 2 to 3 pounds a minute under ideal circumstances. A larger grinder like this number 32 will use a plate that's 3 15/16 in diameter, and something like the Weston Pro number 32 is going to grind about 18 pounds a minute. The power on a meat grinder also plays an important role in how many pounds it can process and how long it can run. Power ranges from 500 watts on a small number 5 up to 2 horsepower on this Weston 32. The amount of horsepower is important as it drives the auger through the head assembly so you can use larger chunks of meat. It'll force them down that towards the plate and knife. Some meat grinders do have the ability to act as a sausage stuffer as well as a grinder. You switch out the plate for a star stuffing adapter, put this where your plate goes. Sometimes you have to take the auger out, put in a plastic one, put your tube over, lock it into place, and it will work just like a sausage stuffer. Now, because the pressure required to stuff something is a lot greater than just grind it, this isn't always the most ideal way to go. If you're choosing between a grinder and a stuffer to make sausage at home, I'd say someone who's a hunter or wild game processor should go with the grinder, as it'll break down the carcass and stuff it, even though it's a little bit more difficult. And the person who's just using a lot of beef or pork that they get at the store should just buy pre-ground meat and get a sausage stuffer. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and visit waltonsinc.com and meatgistics.com to find everything but the meat. I'm John with Meatgistics University, and I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to Walton's YouTube channel to watch more amazing videos, or shop at waltonsinc.com to find everything about the meat. Check out our latest sales and giveaway video here, or watch another hand-picked video by clicking here.